Namaste and welcome to your practice, yogi. Today we have got a little bit of a full body experience happening here. So we're going to target a little bit through the neck, the upper back, the spine, the chest, the hips, the hamstrings. And what you'll need for your practice is you will definitely need a strap of some kind, or even if you have like a scarf or a belt, just something. And then grab a couple of blocks. Now, of course, if you need anything else for your practice today, like bolsters, blankets, eye pillows, please feel free to take those along for this practice. And well, I got nothing else to say, but let's get going. So we're gonna start off with a little bit of a neck release. And in this neck release pose that we're going to do, we're actually going to be stimulating an acupressure point at the same time as we're lying in the yin pose. So it doesn't really get much better than that now, does it? Okay, so you're going to grab one block and you're going to place it. Now this is going to depend on your neck. If your neck is really, really tight and stiff, your block is going to be at the lowest setting. If it's a little bit more open, you're going to flip it to the second level. And the edge of the block here is where we're going to be resting, right at the base of where our neck and our skull meet, right? So right at that line, we're gonna place that right against the block, okay? So you're gonna come down onto your back and have your knees bent, and you want the back of your head resting on the block. And you want to make sure that the block is not on your neck, okay? Really important that it's not resting against the cervical spine. So just above that. And you're going to let your head be really heavy. And then from here, walk your shoulder blades apart so your upper back is nice and flat. You can choose to keep your knees bent, which is a little bit more supporting, or you can take the legs and extend them all the way out, okay? And then for your arms, you're gonna bring your arms down by your sides and maybe about 3 to 4 inches away from the body, palms facing up. Close your eyes down and just take a moment here to consciously land into your practice. You don't need to necessarily change your breath right in this moment. Yet you can start to observe it, start to notice it as it moves in and out through your body. And now start to find a deeper breath. So you're going to start to breathe in through the nose for a count of 3 or 4. And then you're going to exhale either through the nose or through an open mouth for, again, an equal count of 3 or 4. And as you start to deliberately draw the breath into your body, you're going to start to gently let your head rotate from one side to the other. So as we're doing that, we're stimulating these acupressure points in the back of the head. They're gallbladder and bladder meridian acupressure points. So they're really good for releasing stiff neck, headaches, if you have eye strain or shoulder tension. And sometimes I just do this as a practice. I just lay my head on the block and I move my head and I breathe deep. So keep your jawline really soft. Some space between the upper and lower molars. Now the next next time that your head comes back to center, pause there. Let's take a couple of deep breaths. And then place one of your hands at the base of your neck. So this is going to support your neck and your head. The other hand is going to come onto the block. You're going to lift your head, release the block, and then put your head back down on the floor. And once your head comes down, then you can release your other hand and pause here for a moment. Just allow your spine to reset. And then give those knees a little hug into the chest. Find a gentle little rock from side to side. Just this massaging action here stimulates so many different bladder meridian acupressure points that are along either side of your spine. So this is good again for dissolving spinal tension, back tension. And then as you roll back through center, you're going to place your feet down back onto the mat, and we're going to turn over onto our belly. And we're going to make our way into half fallen cross and half frog. So I'm going to recommend that you grab a block, place it towards the top of the mat. You may or may not need it. And then you're going to bring your right knee up in line with your right hip. I'm going to shift a little bit over to the left so my knee is grounded because I have a harder surface here. So I want my knee padded. And then I'm going to lift up through my right arm. I'm going to swing my left arm underneath. I'm going to turn my palm up. And then I'm going to bring the left side of my ear down onto the block. You can also bring your forehead down. And then the right arm is going to extend slightly forward. And then as you settle in here, just start to tune into your breath. Just find a nice, smooth breath in to breath out. Now those gallbladder points that we stimulated on the back of the head, there are a couple of points just on either top of, just above your forehead where your brow line is. If you want to take the edge of the block and place it just above your eyebrows, you can roll from side to side, and that's also going to massage these two gallbladder points. And then as your head rolls back through center, you can just pause and let your head rest on the block and continue long, slow, deep breaths here. Now you're welcome to stay here. If you want to go a little deeper, this is where you might take use of your strap. You're going to bend your left leg and start to bring your foot in towards your seat. And then you're going to take your right hand, you're going to wrap around and see if you can hold on to the foot. Now, if you can't hold on to the foot, this is where you'll use the strap. You can place the strap around your foot and kind of think of this strap as an extension of your arm. Okay. And then I personally like to rest the side of my head onto the block so that my neck is supported here. And then continue again, long, slow, deep breaths. And just know at any point, if this variation doesn't work for your body, just let the foot go. Come back to where we started. Take one more slow, deep breath in and out through your nose. And then if you have a hold of the foot, really gently release the foot. You never want to just spring the foot down. And then bring your right hand in front of you, press into it, lift your chest up, unwind the arms, bring the leg back, and just either bring hands stacked one on top of the other, rest your ear down, or perhaps rest your forehead down, and take a few deep breaths here. And gently lift your head. We're going to transition to the other side. I'm just going to swing around so that you guys can get a better view here. I'm going to bring my block along with me. And then this time I'm going to draw my left knee so it's up in line with my left hip. Coming up onto my left hand, I'm going to swing that right arm underneath, turn my palm up, and then again you have a choice, either forehead or ear down onto the block. And let's just start here by just letting that inner left thigh roll down. And if you want to massage that acupressure point again, just above your brow line, the gallbladder point, then you can certainly do that for a couple of moments. It's really good for eye strain if you've been in front of the computer too much today. Now, if you like at this point, that option again is there. If you want to start to pick up the right foot and either using your hand or your strap, you're going to start to draw the leg in. Okay. Ideally, you're bringing the right ear onto the mat. That left hand is holding onto the foot, or you're using the strap. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Slowly inviting the breath in. Don't rush. Don't force. And then equally slowing the breath out of the body. If you have a hold of the foot, just again, slowly release it down. Bring your left hand in front, just press into it, lift up, unwind, and once again, just allow yourself to rebound here, coming back into a neutral shape. And then gently lift your head, slide your hands underneath your shoulders and make your way up. We're going to come into caterpillar, which is a forward fold. Now, I personally love to sit on the edge of something. So I like to sit up on the edge of a bolster. You can certainly sit up on your block as well. And your legs are going to be out extended in front of you. You want to keep the feet nice and relaxed. And for those of you that have any kind of spinal degeneration or decompression, like in your spine, like degenerative disc or anything like that, you want to keep the spine straight. You're not going to round forward. You're actually just going to elevate and just slightly flex your feet back towards your shins so that you start to turn the hamstrings on, okay? Now, if you don't have any concerns with the spine and with the discs, I like to stack a block in front of me, and I'm just going to think of drawing my chest forward. So I'm lengthening through my spine first, and then I start to hinge forward. And I'm just going to stop at the first place where I start to feel some sensation. I have tight hamstrings, so it doesn't take much for me to fold to feel these puppies turn on. Now you're welcome to go a little bit deeper if you have that flexibility in your hamstrings, but I want you to still approach it slowly And give it some time to open as you deepen your breath. If you have the option to bring your elbows onto a block, what I love to do is bring my hands into prayer position, and then I just bring my thumbs up to this acupressure point, Governor Vessel 24.5, which is located right where your brow and your forehead meet, right in that little indentation, and you just press in there. This is kind of just a little extra bonus here. And this point's really good just for mental clarity, for calming, for soothing. It's also good for headaches and eye strain. And just awakening your intuition. If you can, for the last few moments here, start to take a slightly longer breath out than your breath in. On your next inhale, slowly start to re-lengthen through the spine. If you have any props in front of you, just take them out of the way. Bring your hands underneath your knees and just gently draw them up. And then just take a moment, come to a comfortable seated position here. Just sitting up on either your blocks or bolster or blankets, hands in your lap, sitting up tall, shoulders relaxed. Just take a moment and scan your body. Notice how your neck feels. Upper back between your shoulder blades. Your hips. Spine. Your hamstrings. Even the front of your hips, the quadriceps. Notice your breath. Notice the tranquility, the calm, the peace that not just your body feels, but your mind does too, as well as your nervous system. Palms of your hands together in front of your heart. And as you bow your forehead down towards your fingertips, take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next class.